go to Howie Sanders, who's at Anonymous Content. He's a partner there. And Franklin Leonard had built this machine that is the blacklist. And the blacklist, if you all you have to do is Google the blacklist to find the
Yeah.
success stories of what he's done over 20 years. And from the survey to the platform to the website itself, there are so many success stories in the screenwriting world, the TV film world, where writers, for whatever reason, were sending their stuff out and no one was getting back to them, or people were overlooking it, or people didn't want to take a chance on it. But Franklin built something that created a swell effect, and folks had to pay attention. And a lot of producers, directors, actors are better for it. A lot of what the blacklist is built on is protecting and serving writers. Uh, I say Howie Sanders because Howie was actually the person who started putting a bug in Franklin's ear that he should take what he's doing in the book and in the TV film space and bring it to books. And to Franklin's credit, he did not want to do it. Franklin is a problem solver. uh Franklin knows the TV film world very well. He's an expert and like he's one of those ones in the TV film world. He has deep connections and he does right by people. Um but he didn't know the book world, and Franklin will tell you that himself. And so when Howie first started coming to him about it, Franklin would turn it down and say, "No, not really. I don't, I know what the problems are in the TV film space. I don't want to be viewed as a savior in the book space. If I were to do it, it would be because there's a problem that needs to be solved, and I can help in solving that problem." Um, Howie persisted. Franklin ended up taking meetings that Howie set up. Some of those people are, New York Times and New York Times bestsellers. Some of those folks are some of the top publishers in the game. Some are some of the top agents in the game. Excuse me, in the game. And by the end of it, Franklin was convinced and realized that this was something that would be helpful, an added tool for people to use. I came in through a good friend of mine, Yadon Israel, alongside Julie Bearer, who also recommended me, and Lisa Lucas, to Franklin. Franklin and I started meeting, and around this time, maybe this time last year, I was hired. Uh, a lot of a lot of my reservations about joining the blacklist was one, obviously, like I was loving my job at the Center for Fiction and the impact that I had on the writers there. There's like a very rich community of writers and emerging writer fellows and writer studio members and first novel prize finalists, and it was just really fun. Writing workshop students. It was a blast. Um, and I'm also just very skeptical about anything that's not from the book world. And so I asked a lot of questions, specific to fiction writers because that's who I am and that's who I serve. And Franklin answered all those questions and really gave me the confidence I needed to trust that what we were going to do would work. And also, I recognize the impact, the potential impact. Like right now, like when I was at the Center for Fiction, it was a lot of the work that I did was locally based, like New York based.
Yeah.
With the blacklist is any writer who has Wi-Fi and has a great project. And so in that way, the impact on the work is a lot bigger in terms of like the writers that I can like help and serve and support. And that was really exciting to me. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm here. I still for the folks at Center for Fiction, they know I still show up and support what they do. Me and Lighter DeBen, the executive director, we're in constant contact about ways that we can support each other. So that work never stops, like regardless of the
Great.
employer. It's about the writers.
If you enjoyed that clip, make sure you head over to www.bookupapp.com to download our app, so you can connect with your favorite bookish content creators, start conversations, and start your own book club.